Hey guys, it's Tuesday, weigh-in day. Had a good week this week. I lost 3.7 pounds. So that makes up for like last week where I think I lost 1.6 pounds. Um, so overall it's been a pretty good couple of weeks. So minus 3.7 pounds, that puts me at 235.6 is my weight right now. And I'm really happy with that. And I spent some time after my weigh-in this morning to sort of think about where I am in my journey and um, how far I think I can take this. And I looked over my reports and how much weight I've lost over the past few months, and I think the way that I'm going about it right now, I seem to be able to sustain at least an average 2 pounds per week. At 6 months out, I think that's pretty good. I don't know how long that will continue, but it definitely made me think about this. How far can I go? I mean, VSG. I mean, I have a smaller stomach, so I can still eat whatever I want. I have a limit on my portion size per meal, and I can't binge, but I still have to be strict on what I eat. I still have to get my protein in. I still have to drink my water. I still have to avoid the carbs and the junk sort of food, which is something I never thought I could do. Certainly not long term, but it's week 30 since I started my pre-op diet. So that's 7 months. 7 months. I have not had any of that stuff. I haven't had any junk. I haven't had any chips. I haven't had any cake. I haven't had any pie. I haven't had potatoes. I haven't had rice. I've had a little bit of bread, but I've really been sticking to, the high fiber bread. And I found a few brands that are high fiber and high protein that fit within the 10-to-1 ratio. So, yeah, 7 months. I haven't done it, so I'm going to keep doing it. I mean, I don't know what else to say. I mean, it's kind of exhausting. I mean, the journey is starting to sort of weigh heavily on me because, it takes up a lot of my day. I mean, I spend a lot of time on my Fitness Pal. I mean, I'm at the point now where the night before, I'll basically plan out the day based on what I have in the fridge and what I have cooked already, and what kind of leftovers I have and what's in the freezer, and I'll make it fit into my 775 calories and 85 plus grams of protein, and I'll make it work. I'll switch things around and make my snacks and my meals work, and then I'll go with that. And then through the day, I still weigh everything, make sure that I'm getting what I think I'm getting, and then I'll update my Fitness Pal with those actual amounts by the end of the day. And so that takes a fair amount of time. I mean, I'm not super speedy with it. I'm not rushed with it because I'm not working or anything, so it's not like it's a drain on my day or anything. But it's kind of tedious, and but I enjoy it. I mean, I've always been like a numbers person and everything anyway, so whatever. It is what it is. I still spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos too, and still learning a lot. Just people at different stages of the journey, and how they feel about it at different stages, and how much it changes from week to week. I mean, some people have, they decide to do one thing with their like increase their calories or decrease their calories, increase their fitness, decrease their fitness. All of these things that kind of sound like a great idea, and then they go out a few weeks, and then it doesn't turn out the way they want it, and they say, okay, well, I'm just take a step back. So I'm learning I'm learning how to be dynamic, but still being sort of stagnant in what I do from day to day. And I think just having that information that it's possible to do those things, take those little risks, change things up and evaluate it and reevaluate it, and just keep moving forward. And I think that's a pretty big deal. So thanks to all those people out there that share their journey and their decision making process, because it's a really helpful thing. So so I lost that. It puts me at 140 pounds lost. These are the stats. When I went into this weight loss surgery, these are the stats that I knew going in. 1, VSG, on average, you lose 65% of your excess body weight. Just do some quick math in my head. That's about 130 pounds. So I've already surpassed that. Check. The other stat that you hear about is that weight loss surgery in general, long term, people lose 30% of their total body mass. So if I started out 376, that's about 125 pounds. We're already past that. So I think in terms of my expectations, I've already exceeded them. So that's kind of humbling. I'm not there yet. Like in my head, I'm not happy with where I'm at. Revise sort of the goals that I've been thinking about. Like when I first started this, I still wasn't sure about it. I didn't really know how weight loss surgery worked and what you could get out of it. But I told myself, if I can get 250 pounds, I'd be satisfied. I mean, that's a big jump, and that's a big increase in mobility. And I've done that, and I've exceeded that, and it wasn't enough. I wanted more. And I also told myself, okay, 220 pounds. I told myself that's where I think I would be happy at. I think I would be comfortable at that weight. I was sort of afraid that I would look gaunt and just unhealthy if I got below that, because I've always been a big guy, and I somehow got this idea in my head that my body frame, my bone structure and muscle whatever fit into that weight range, and I don't think that's true. I think I was just kind of fooling myself, telling myself, limiting my drive. Like, how far could I go? I guess I didn't want to give myself a goal that I couldn't achieve. I think maybe that's what I was thinking. But anyway, 220 pounds, I told myself that I'd be happy if I could get to that weight and maintain it. And my sort of pie-in-the-sky goal that I had was to be under 200 pounds, because under 200 pounds, it just feels like a normal sort of range for me. I mean, I can't even remember when I've been under 200 pounds. I don't even know if I had a scale when I was under 200 pounds. So I definitely want to get there. But I said to myself this morning, I said, look, I've come a long way, 7 months since my pre-op. I can keep it up. It's going to be harder work. It's not going to be as fast as it was at first, obviously. But I'm going to go all the way. I'm going to go to regular BMI range. That's what I want. So, I made that decision, and it's good. I've been keeping up on the cardio, and I added the gym every other day this month, and I'm going to keep it up. And I think if I can do that and still keep track of what I'm eating and not go crazy with the calories, I think I can do it. And that's my plan. That's my new plan. I'm not going to settle for less. So that's cool. It's cool to come to that decision. So my new goal is 174 pounds. That'll put me into, around my weight, around my height, That's like the upper end of the normal weight range. So that's it. That's my new goal. And I'm going to go for it. I don't know if I'm going to make it, but it might take me a year, it might take me 2. But that's my goal. And it's not that far. It doesn't seem that far away right now. It's only 61 pounds. It's only 61 pounds from where I am. It's a lot of weight to most people. But after you've lost 140, somehow it doesn't seem like as much. If that makes any sense to anyone out there. It doesn't seem like a lot of weight. I mean, pound a week, 60 weeks. That's, that's a year. So, yeah. So that's it for my update. I had a good weight loss week this week. Been on track with exercise and with food, so it's all good. Do a couple of shout-outs. Geez, I don't even know where to start. I mean, there's so many people that I watch, and I enjoy watching everybody. But, I'll give a shout-out to Team VSG, because we all love them. And I love the 4-part series that you guys put out when you were at the conference. And I kind of reflected on that too, how much I've learned from everybody on that, call them a panel. Even though it wasn't an official panel, it kind of felt like that to me when I was watching it. Because everyone, I mean, there's a lot of similarities there and outlooks and stuff, but I mean, you got Corey, who's, he's been going at this, I forget what week he's at, but he's been keeping up with it, and he's had extended periods, especially like a month or 2 ago, where he was just kind of fed up and thought he was done, and he was stuck there, and then he recommitted himself, and now I think he's sort of back on track. I mean, he's not it's maybe not urgent to him, but he's still in it. So that's good. And then you got VSG Bear. I mean, he's a big guy, and he's obviously in that bear community, and he's comfortable with being a bigger size. So I mean, having that perspective, someone who is happy with being, outside that normal range. I mean, it's a good influence, I think. And of course, you got the Sarahs. We all love the Sarahs, and they've less of Sarah has been. I mean, she's lost a lot of weight. And she's come a long way. If you look back at some of her old videos and then her recent videos, I mean, just her personality has really changed, and her outlook has really changed, and that's great. VSG Betty I haven't followed quite as much, but she's super cool, so that helps. And then they're in Oregon. She's kind of fresh out on the journey, but she's got all the tools, and she's got the friends, and she's got the contacts, and she's got the drive. So, I mean, all these little things that I pick up from people is kind of great. So, shout out to them. Also going to give a shout out to James RNY guy, who's on the Renew show tonight. So tune in for that. And Julie Wilson. I hope that's her name. She put out a video today, and she's going to be on the forum on Friday. So looking forward to both of those two guys. I've really followed them pretty closely, so I kind of get to see them in a little bit different environment. Looking forward to that. And a lot of people this week, I mean, if you go to my main page and check my subscriptions, there's a whole bunch of new people. I found a whole bunch of people that are having their surgery soon or this week, and I wish them well, and hope they have a smooth surgery day and no complications, and just encourage them to sip their water, and that's basically all you need to do. That first couple weeks is just get some water in, get some protein in. You're not going to meet your goals, doesn't matter, you do what you can, and you just let yourself heal. So that's what you do. So many other people I've been following that I've just been enjoying. Glow Henderson, I like watching all her videos. Lisa Bean, she's had a couple of great videos recently too. just so many. Like, I looked at my subscription list the other day, and I think I have like 300 or maybe even 400 now, people that I subscribe to. And I miss some of the videos because the way YouTube works, that they kind of, if you don't watch it frequently enough, they kind of go beyond your scope. So you have to actually go pick out people to watch. It's kind of annoying, but you know, whatever. I catch at least 1 out of 2 of what everyone puts out, so I think that's good. It's keeping up. Yeah, just thanks to everybody. I mean, it's great to be able to watch all these videos, and it helps pass the time in the workouts, and you learn a little bit about everybody and their journey and how it applies to you, and it's great. But I'm going to end this with a complaint. I know, I'm a big complainer. Usually it's just about how much weight I didn't lose. So what am I going to complain about? People that complain they're not losing enough. You're going to lose what you're going to lose. The only thing you control is what you eat and how much exercise you do. And that's it. You're going to lose it goes up and down. You know, your body readjusts. Some weeks you might lose a pound. The next week you lose 4 pounds. What did you do differently? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. And that's what I found in mine, is it's plus or minus 3 pounds. There's not really any way to control that. And that's just being 100% consistent with your exercise and your food intake. Now, if you're not consistent with those, you're going to have even more variability. So, you can't expect too much. And try not to set yourself goals where I want to lose 20 pounds by next month. I think that's setting yourself up for a discouraging time, because you don't have absolute short-term control over how much weight you're going to lose. Your body's going to lose what it needs to lose based on what you put in and how much work you do. So, you can make a guess, but don't be discouraged if you don't make it. It's not your fault. It's just the way things work. And I think a lot of people say, that's for the people who don't lose enough. And I can identify with that. I'm one of those people. I'm learning to accept it. It's still hard. But I think it's something we all have to come to terms with, that we're gonna lose what we're gonna lose, and that's it. Now, the pet peeve or the complaint, this is where it comes in. The people that gain or don't lose. Now, when I look at those people, the number one thing that I hear from them is they didn't make it to the gym. And that's why they didn't lose, or that's why they gained. And I'm going to say to those people that you're wrong. Not that it wasn't a factor, but I think there's kind of a paradigm shift that you need to make. And I'll try and go through my reasoning for that. So if you gained or you maintained, there's basically 3 reasons for it. 1, you're retaining water. Maybe you had too much salt. Maybe you didn't drink enough and your body is retaining water. Maybe you just started out a new strenuous workout regimen and your body is retaining some water to flush out the lactose or whatever that builds up when you're working out. Or maybe, it's you're a girl and it's your time of the month or whatever. So water weight. That's one reason why you might have gained or maintained. Another reason is that you've changed your diet. Maybe you kept your calories the same, but you decided to be a little bit more slack on your carbohydrates. Maybe your carbohydrates were twice what they normally were. Does that mean you gained weight? Well, probably not. I mean, if your calories were the same and you doubled your carbs, you probably didn't gain real weight. You might have gained weight, but that's because the stores of energy in your body and all the water that goes with them had changed. So, these people, they go from from a low carb diet to a high carb diet, and then they freak out because they didn't lose as much weight or they gained weight. It's probably not a real gain. It's probably a readjustment in what their body is storing for energy. And yeah, if you eat too much carb at one sitting or one meal, and your body can't consume it fast enough, then yeah, maybe it goes into fat. But if you're just, kind of everything is just a little bit more, it's probably not a real gain that you had. It's probably just an adjustment that your body is making, and it's, long term, probably won't. It'll probably even out. But the third one, and this is really important, is you gained or you maintained not because you didn't go to the gym. When you go to the gym, short term, yes, you're good. If you're doing cardio and to some extent just strength training, yeah, you're going to burn some extra calories, but over a week's time, unless you're doing 2 hours of cardio a day, you're not losing a pound of weight. It's just not how it works. You can't, just from exercise, I don't see, based on the numbers that I've seen, you can't lose a pound of weight unless you're working out 2+ hours a day. You lose weight by eating less than your body burns. So when people say, I didn't lose weight because I didn't go to the gym, it's not true. You didn't lose weight because you didn't adjust what you eat based on the fact that you weren't going to the gym. It means you had to eat less to lose that weight because you didn't exercise. So don't blame not going to the gym because you get busy. Maybe your car broke down and your gym is far away and you can't make it there. Or you hurt your back and you can't work, you can't exercise for a week or two. That's not why you gained weight. You gained weight because you didn't take that into effect in what you eat. That's it, and sure, we're weight loss surgery patients. We have control over what we eat. Some people have hunger pains. I think the majority of people probably don't, and if they do, there's always vegetables, and they're low calorie, so you're not going to gain weight if you're filling up on vegetables. So you really, that's the reason. It's not because you didn't go to the gym, it's because you ate too much based on your activity to maintain that deficit that you had last week, that you lost a lot of weight. Now, I'm not saying not going to the gym is the way to go. You do burn a little bit extra calories. You do have a larger calorie deficit. You're going to lose more weight. But if it's going to be half a pound and a pound, that's not going to make up your whole week as a weight loss surgery patient. That's only going to be a fraction of what you lose. So on the short term, the gym is not the reason. Now in the long term, obviously going to the gym on a regular basis, you're going to build muscle eventually. I don't know how long it takes. If someone knows out there how long it takes to build, X% muscle mass increase working at the gym, please let me know. But yeah, in the short term, it's not going to have a huge effect. But in the long term, if you're building the more muscles, then your base metabolic rate is going to increase because those muscles are working. You need to fuel them, so you're going to burn more calories. So yeah, that was just a little pet peeve, and I don't know if that came across clearly. I'm not TJ. I didn't prepare this in advance. I don't know a lot about fitness and exercise, but just kind of bothers me. People say that I gained because I didn't go to the gym, and no, I don't think that's the way to look at it. You gain because you ate too much, based on your activity. You know, we don't want to make that excuse that, you know, I'm too busy, or I'm too tired, or I'm too sore, and I didn't go to the gym, and that's why I'm not losing. Well, I should have ate less. It's hard to do, obviously, when you're used to eating certain kind of food, certain amounts. That to change that up it's kind of hard. But you know, if you make the conscious decision based on what you expect to happen that week in terms of your fitness level, then I think you can keep it going. So anyway, that's just me rambling on. I'll stop now. Overall, good week. Everyone's doing great. Love watching everybody. Hope everyone else had a good week and some good losses. I saw on my fitness pal there were a bunch of people that lost pretty big this week, so that's great. Yeah, that's all, everyone. Bye.